In the annals of American history, few figures loom as large as Abraham Lincoln. Born on February 12, 1809, in a one-room log cabin near Hodgenville, Kentucky, Lincoln's early years were marked by hardship and toil. His father, Thomas Lincoln, a struggling farmer, and his mother, Nancy Hanks Lincoln, instilled in him the values of honesty, hard work, and perseverance from a young age. As a child, Lincoln witnessed firsthand the challenges of life on the frontier. His family moved several times during his formative years, seeking better opportunities and a brighter future. Despite the harsh conditions of pioneer life, Lincoln's thirst for knowledge was insatiable. He devoured every book he could find, often walking miles to borrow volumes from neighbors. Lincoln's self-education laid the foundation for his future success. His intellectual curiosity and sharp mind set him apart from his peers, earning him the nickname the Rail Splitter. In his late teens and early 20s, Lincoln worked various odd jobs to support himself and his family. One of his most famous occupations was as a rail splitter, where he demonstrated his physical strength and endurance. But Lincoln was not just brawn, he possessed a keen intellect and a natural gift for storytelling. Anecdotes from this period of Lincoln's life often highlight his prowess as a wrestler. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches tall, he was a formidable opponent in the wrestling ring, earning the respect of his peers and adversaries alike. In 1836, Lincoln obtained his law license and embarked on a career as a lawyer. His legal acumen and commitment to justice quickly earned him a reputation as a formidable litigator. Despite his lack of formal education, Lincoln's keen understanding of human nature and his ability to connect with people on a personal level set him apart in the courtroom. Lincoln's foray into politics began in the Illinois state legislature, where he served 4 terms as a Whig representative. He gained valuable experience and honed his skills as a statesman, advocating for infrastructure projects and economic development initiatives. The pivotal moment in Lincoln's political career came in 1858, when he engaged in a series of debates with his political rival, Stephen A. Douglas, during their campaign for the U.S. Senate. The Lincoln-Douglas debates, as they came to be known, attracted national attention and showcased Lincoln's eloquence, wit, and moral conviction. In 1860, Lincoln's anti-slavery platform propelled him to the presidency, making him the first Republican to hold the nation's highest office. His election ignited a firestorm of controversy, leading several southern states to secede from the Union and plunging the country into civil war. Throughout the Civil War, Lincoln faced the greatest challenge of his presidency, preserving the Union and ending the scourge of slavery. Despite the immense human cost and the personal toll it took on him, Lincoln remained steadfast in his commitment to the cause of freedom and equality. As the war dragged on, Lincoln faced mounting pressure from both political opponents and weary citizens longing for an end to the bloodshed. Yet he never wavered in his resolve, believing that the preservation of the Union was worth any sacrifice. In 1863, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring that all slaves in Confederate-held territory were to be set free. While this landmark executive order did not immediately abolish slavery in the United States, it signaled a seismic shift in the nation's moral and political landscape. As the war drew to a close, Lincoln delivered his second inaugural address, a poignant reflection on the meaning of the conflict and the need for national reconciliation. In his famous speech, Lincoln famously called on Americans to bind up the nation's wounds and to strive on to finish the work we are in. Tragically, Abraham Lincoln's life was cut short on the evening of April 14, 1865, when he was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth while attending a performance at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. His death sent shockwaves across the nation, leaving a grieving populace to mourn the loss of their beloved leader. Though his time on this earth was brief, Abraham Lincoln's legacy endures as a shining beacon of hope, courage, and resilience. His steadfast leadership during one of the darkest periods in American history serves as a reminder of the enduring power of integrity, compassion, and moral clarity. Welcome to an in-depth exploration of the life and legacy of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States. Join us as we journey through the remarkable story of JFK, from his early years to his presidency and enduring impact on American history. Born on May 29, 1917, in Brookline, Massachusetts, John Fitzgerald Kennedy was the second of 9 children born to Joseph P. Kennedy Sr. and Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy. From a young age, JFK was surrounded by privilege and expectation, yet his path to greatness was marked by challenges and adversity. Despite his privileged upbringing, Kennedy faced significant health issues throughout his life. From childhood ailments to the debilitating back pain he endured as an adult, JFK's perseverance in the face of adversity became a hallmark of his character. In 1941, following the outbreak of World War II, Kennedy enlisted in the United States Navy. His service in the Pacific Theater would shape his worldview and instill in him a deep sense of duty and sacrifice. During his time in the Navy, Kennedy's PT boat, PT-109, was sunk by a Japanese destroyer. Despite suffering injuries himself, JFK led his crew to safety, demonstrating courage and leadership under fire. His heroism earned him the Navy and Marine Corps Medal and laid the foundation for his future political career. After World War II, Kennedy embarked on a career in politics, serving as a congressman from Massachusetts and later as a senator. His charisma, charm, and vision for a better America captivated the nation, propelling him to the forefront of American politics. In 1960, John F. Kennedy made history as the youngest person ever elected President of the United States. His campaign, marked by the promise of a new frontier and a call to national service, inspired millions of Americans to believe in the possibility of change. On January 20th, 1961, JFK delivered his iconic inaugural address, famously proclaiming, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." With these words, Kennedy set the tone for his presidency and challenged Americans to embrace the responsibilities of citizenship. As president, Kennedy confronted a host of challenges, both at home and abroad. From the Cuban Missile Crisis to the Civil Rights Movement, JFK navigated the complexities of Cold War politics and domestic unrest with poise and determination. Throughout his presidency, JFK was supported by his devoted wife, Jacqueline Kennedy, whose grace, intelligence, and cultural sophistication endeared her to the American public. Together, they captured the imagination of the nation and brought a sense of youthful vigor to the White House. In 1963, Kennedy delivered a stirring speech in West Berlin, declaring, "Ich bin ein Berliner," in a show of solidarity with the people of Berlin. His words reaffirmed America's commitment to freedom and democracy in the face of Soviet aggression. Kennedy's presidency also saw significant progress in the realm of civil rights. Despite facing opposition from segregationists and Southern Democrats, JFK remained steadfast in his support for equality and justice, laying the groundwork for the Civil Rights Act of 1964. On November 22, 1963, tragedy struck America when John F. Kennedy was assassinated while riding in a motorcade through Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas. The nation was plunged into mourning as the world watched in shock and disbelief. The assassination of JFK remains one of the most controversial events in American history. While Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested and charged with the crime, conspiracy theories abound, fueling speculation about other possible culprits and motives. Oswald, a former Marine and avowed Marxist, was known to have visited the Soviet Union and expressed sympathies for communist ideologies. However, his motivations for assassinating Kennedy remain a subject of debate and speculation to this day. Following Kennedy's assassination, the Warren Commission was established to investigate the events surrounding the tragedy. While the commission concluded that Oswald acted alone in killing JFK, critics have questioned the thoroughness and accuracy of its findings. One of the most famous pieces of evidence in the Kennedy assassination is the Zapruder film, a home movie captured by bystander Abraham Zapruder that captured the moment of the shooting in vivid detail. The film has been analyzed extensively and remains a key piece of evidence in the ongoing debate surrounding JFK's death. Despite the controversy surrounding his assassination, John F. Kennedy's legacy endures as a symbol of hope, courage, and idealism. His vision of a more just and prosperous America continues to inspire millions around the globe. Today, John F. Kennedy's legacy lives on in the hearts and minds of those who strive to build a better world. From his bold leadership on the world stage to his unwavering commitment to equality and justice, JFK's impact on American history is undeniable.